Hello, welcome back to Cami Designs. And today we're going to be finishing up this Celtic Ocean slipper boot pattern. In the last video, we did the Celtic weave right here. I just did the first few rows and I finished the rest off camera. And I did it till I had about this much yarn left. And now the next step, we want to do a single crochet around the top, and then we're going to slip stitch down the back here. And this is what it looks like in the written pattern form. We're on row 51. We want to chain one, single crochet in each stitch around, and slip stitch to the first single crochet. Then we're going to hold the slipper together and the Celtic weave to the outside. And then we're going to slip stitch down the back through both sides. And then we're going to cut and weave in the ends. And when I say we got to make sure the Celtic weave is to the outside, is because in the last video we turned it inside out so we could work the Celtic weave, and we want to keep it this way. So this is the outside of your slipper. Now I want to go back to the end of my last row here, and I want to chain one, and I'm going to turn it because you want to be going this way around. And now you're just going to single crochet in each stitch. And it's quite easy and it goes pretty fast. But you just, in the stitch, pull up a loop, pull through the two. And I'm just going to do it all the way around like this. So it's pretty, goes pretty fast. This video will be pretty short because it's not a whole lot of specialty stitches or anything like that. So I'm just going to slip stitch, or not slip stitch, single crochet around the top, and I just like how it finishes up the edge and kind of makes a nice finished edge here. Now this is Red Heart Super Saver Ogo. And it's a peacock. They do have a few different colors, very good colors, and you can find them online. I don't see them in a whole lot of stores around here. I know Joann Fabrics carries them, but they're not bad to work with. They do feel a little thicker, and this yarn does, the peacock does tend to bleed. I've talked to a few other people about it, and they've had the peacock bleed, which is leaving the color on your fingers and on my finger here when it rubs. But you just soak it in vinegar water and it'll set the color. Okay, now I've single crocheted to the very last one. Now I want to slip stitch it to the first one, and I'm going to hold it like this, like I would have worked it in the round, and go into that first single crochet and just slip stitch, so it's just pull it all the way through. And now holding these back edges together like this, see, here's the opening. You got the opening for the heel and then the opening for the cuff. But holding these together, I'm just going to slip stitch along the back. And I'm not counting, I'm just going where it feels comfortable. I don't want to have too big of gaps. But just kind of working it evenly down the back here. And this is worked, these two slippers are done with one skein of yarn. If you want taller boots, it's going to take more yarn. And because this is striped yarn, the boots don't look exactly the same. The pattern's the same, obviously, but because it's striped, you start at different spots in the color. Okay, now that I'm onto the heel, I'll be able to hold these together, and you can see the stitches here, and makes it a little easier. And if you don't like the way this looks with the slip stitch down the back, you can turn it inside out and slip stitch it, which will put this line to the back, or to the inside. Or you can cut your yarn and just weave it like you would sew 2 garments together. It's completely up to you. I like this stripe down the back. I think it adds a little something different, but it's completely up to you. Now, I'm almost done here. Told you it works up pretty fast. And now, here is the double crochet 3 together. And I'm just going to go into that just to kind of finish it up here. And then what I want to do is I want to cut my yarn just a couple inches. I'm going to cut it about right here. And so there's a little bit of yarn left over. And what I want to do is I want to just hook it and pull it straight through my loop. I want to pull it tight to make a knot there. And then I have to weave in the ends, which is this end, and then this is the toe. Because we turn it inside out, this is now to the outside. So what I do is I just take my yarn needle, which you can get at Walmart. They're not like sewing needles. They're not as sharp on the ends, and they're a little bigger. They help go through the yarn a little bit better. Now, when I weave this end, I'm going to weave it up along this right here. You can do whatever is comfortable to you. If you want to weave it along the bottom, but since it's the same color, I'm just going to go right up the end here. And I just kind of go, let me put my hand in the slipper here. And I'm just going to go along the edge of it and just go in and out. Just kind of tuck it in and out. And I'll pull it here, and then I'll do it some more. Just like that. And I think that's probably pretty good. And then I just weave in the ends, just because then if for some reason it does come unraveled, say I were to wash these, and it got pulled a little bit, I don't want these all to come out and lose all my work. And then I'll come here and do the front. And you'll notice that I kind of fold the yarn over. It just, for me, it helps put it through my needle. And I don't have to worry about it coming undone here. Okay. And once again, I'm going to stick my hand in my slipper so I can kind of get a feel where my needle is going. And now, since it's coming off of the top here, I want to weave it around this way. And what I just do is I just go into these stitches here. And pull it. And then into a few more stitches. And just pull it. And I'll do it through a couple more stitches and then we'll call that good. Okay. And then I just cut the end here. And I cut it fairly close so then I can just kind of pull it and it straightens itself back out. And there we go. There is the finished Celtic Ocean slipper pattern. You can find it on my Ravelry store. I'll put the link in the description. And it is in PDF format, so you can print it and save it, or it works good in some apps. But there's your 2 boots. This one is a little more relaxed because I've been messing with it a lot. But there you go. You can, if you're worried about them bleeding, what I'm going to do is I finished, since both of them are done, I'm going to go ahead and soak them in water and vinegar, which it doesn't take a whole lot of vinegar. I'm just going to do a sink full of water and maybe a couple tablespoons of vinegar. Up to maybe a quarter of a cup. And that's it. That is the Celtic Weave slipper pattern. And I just want to thank you for watching. And if you want to see more of my videos or be notified when my videos come on, please subscribe and hit the little bell next to the subscription. And then you'll be notified when I come out with new videos. I try to come out with at least a crochet video and a knit video every week. And that's it. Have a wonderful day. Thanks. Bye.